Hello, my friends. If you haven't heard the news, apparently Joe Biden has decided to end his presidential race, and Kamala Harris will likely be their nominee or in line, but we'll see what happens at the Democratic convention because it's going to be crazy. Now, I did get a few things this week. One thing is this kind of neat looking Turbo Wheels dinosaur monster truck. I'll take it out of the box later. I did go by the bank and get some dollar coins. Again, the ones I'm looking for are it's going to be 2000 Philadelphia. It's a Denver one. Even got a Susan B. Anthony. Few president coin wins. We got three 2000 Philadelphias. They're the ones that have the Wounded Eagle. If there's a chance of that happening, I've heard there's about 100 of them. This is not one. Somewhere around 100 are known to exist. Even in partially circulated condition, they would probably be worth 30 or 40 bucks. If they were really nice looking, they might be worth a bit more graded. But it'll be a couple raised sections running in this kind of direction, right in the middle of the body of the eagle. Now, this is the first one of these quarters I've gotten. It's Patsy Takamoto, I guess, Mink. Title 9. It's a neat, it says equal opportunity in education. It's a 2024 Philadelphia. It's got some scratches and stuff on it. Even though it's brand new, it's not in the greatest condition. Now, I did get this Cannonball Harley Davidson with the train engine on it, poker chip. It's kind of neat looking. I like the colors, black and white. Kind of goes along with some of these other poker chips I have. So I'll probably just put it up there and keep it there for the time being. My copper pennies that I'm going to put in this jar that's practically full, and this is getting heavy. But I do have a plan because this is the same brand, same amount of coffee. I want to see if this can hold the same as that because it's a different shape. It's not round. Probably won't hold as many pennies. We'll do that experiment later. Getting back to the dollar coins, I did get a few sets of these 1981, and my coin dealer let me have these mint wrapped. That's a Denver, San Francisco, and Philadelphia 1981 for $3. I got two sets of them. They are not 1981's pretty low mintage year for them. I'm just looking real quick. It's like San Francisco, I believe. And that one is Denver for sure, and that's a Philadelphia. So those, I have nothing really in them. Now, to get the 79 P&D one cost me $250. And then these, which is the 1980 PD and S, they were $4. So I'm $1.50 over the face on these, and they're mint wrapped. Some of these, if they were graded and they graded high enough, might be worth 10 or 15 bucks. But you got to find someone willing to pay that much for a Susan B. Anthony dollar, which those coins are not very collectible because no one really likes Susan B. Anthony's design on that. I did get a couple other interesting things. These Vietnamese paper money. I don't see a date on it, but they are pretty good shape, so they did not circulate very much. It's kind of neat looking, but they're not worth anything, and they're no longer a negotiable bill, I wouldn't think. I don't even know how old they are, but I'm assuming they're somewhat old. Now, I did get a couple dollar bills that are neat serial numbers. 940, 3 4s in a row. It's kind of neat, but and then it starts with a 9, ends with a 9. Too bad that 3 wasn't a 4 and that 0 wasn't a 4. That'd been collectible. And this one's not severely flattened, or not flattened, but I mean circulated and folded hard. This particular one goes 844848. That's kind of neat too. Now the last 3 I'm going to show here that I got recently, just this weekend, all 3 of these. This one starts with 3 zeros, which is kind of neat. And then I got these 2, which 3 4s, 3 5s. It would be kind of neat to have a full set of these, $10 with 0 0 0, the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It'd be kind of neat to have a full set of them. So I'm going to hold these back. These 2 are probably going to get spent because they're not really cool enough to be collectible. But a full set of these would be kind of neat. So I'm going to try to keep looking. Maybe I can find a few of them. All right. Getting down to the last couple items I got. When I bought this 64 Kennedy, that's not in real bad shape at all. It's barely. Well, addicted to minis and loving it. It's the truth. According to the news, Joe Biden has dropped out of the race, and that convention's going to be crazy. I mean, prove me wrong. Has the FG on it. So this was 7 cents under melt the day I bought it. And I suspect that, I got this proof one, $2, which is actually cheaper than what, and it's a deep cameo style proof with the frosted and then the mirror-like field. But $2, I didn't think that was too bad. Again, with the staples. Crush these boys down. Of course, they do make these card things that have adhesive in them, and you don't even have to use staples. But if you got staples, you should flatten them. And I got a lot of staples. A lot of these in stapled cards that are not all flattened. I've flattened them lots of times on live streams and other videos, but well, there you go. Now, when you talk about undermelt, I'd have to get out the scale for these 2 walkers. 34, and this one looks like it's an 8, and it might be, it's hard to read, but it might be a 1 next to it, or a 2. I'm assuming it's an 18 or 28. But it's, I mean, one with the 8, one without, $19. So that's $9.50 a piece. Which this one was 7 cents under melt, so these are likely under melt too. But they're not as heavy as that one is because these are worn quite a bit. given that much wear, I'd say they've probably lost at least down to 12 grams. But if they're right at 12 or 11.8 grams, that should make them under melt. It's the only way to buy a coin like this because they're not collectible with this kind of condition. But that pretty much covers what I wanted to talk about. And I'm hoping everyone has a good day. I'll have another real quick look at this kind of neat poker chip. It's a motorcycle dealership in town, Cannonball Harley Davidson, and that train engine's cool looking. I like it. I like it a lot. Anyway, pretty much that's all I got for this. Hope everyone has a good day, and keep your eye on the news, especially when the Democratic convention starts, because I don't even know how they're going to do this, because this is so late in the election that it's it's never happened this late. I mean, LBJ dropped out in I think it was March or something, leading up to his chance to be reelected, but is massively unpopular because of the Vietnam War, and he pretty much figured he wouldn't win re-election, and he's probably right. So we'll see what happens, and I hope everyone has a good day, and we'll see you next time.